Hello folks, this is Ron Cross, parapsychologist, EVP technician, known as many different things. Today I just want to share with you the theories on ghosts. A lot of people ask about that, what are ghosts, exactly how they created, and we really don't have the answer. Science hasn't advanced far enough. What we can say is they're made of some sort of energy. Everything around us, again, the basis of parapsychology is all about energy. So this energy comes from everything, and that's why things like dowsing work, and we'll get into that. That's a whole different subject. So what we do know is a lot of great minds, Einstein, Edison, and others, knew very well that energy couldn't be created nor destroyed. So with that premise, when we die, we speculate that your aura disappears, which we know for a fact. That aura is somehow connected with your spirit, leaves the body, and there you have a ghost. So what we do know is that that aura does diminish, and the Russians have done a lot of research into this. They've done research into watching the aura diminish from the body as the person dies, and later that aura comes back, or that energy comes back several times, and then finally goes away. So we can't say for sure that that's the ghost, but there seems to be some indication. There's also been some other studies where folks have captured things leaving the body on video and film, and so we have evidence that suggests that's what it is. So most likely that's what it is. We're not able to prove it. What we can prove is that there seem to be some disturbances at times in electromagnetic fields. So we don't have the ability to prove that ghosts exist, but through simple science that energy cannot be created nor destroyed, it suggests certainly the possibility of it. Now with that said, that's why we use things like electromagnetic detectors, temperature changes, because all those things are radiating some sort of frequency and are going to have an effect on the environment. Just by me walking into this room, let's say it's 65 degrees in this room, I walk in, maybe it raises the temperature up to 65.1 of a thousandth, I don't know, but there would be a measurable difference when I came in here. Also, any of the air that's flowing through this room would be affected. So again, a lot like a wind tunnel, so to speak. If we set an object there, we can see that the air is going to go around it. It's the same with us. It's the same with them. So when ghosts come around, alleged ghosts, there are going to be changes in the atmosphere. So I've known a lot of people who will claim, or will say the environment, that there's no way to detect ghosts. We don't have any equipment. What we can do is measure and gauge the effects on the environment. That's all we can really do. Again, we go back, we gather enough evidence. If we can collaborate evidence with perhaps EVP, the disembodied speaking to us, we can't say for sure it is the ghost or a ghost. All we can say is that it is a disembodied voice. So if we can gather EVP, we can get some sort of radiation detection, an EMF reading, whatever. All of this evidence combines together on a scientific level to show us that there is something going on. And that's what we need to be doing as investigators. We need to go out there and gather as much of this evidence as we can. Now, again, we could get into the subject of orbs. I remember having some in-depth discussions with my parapsychology professor, and one of those discussions that we had was about orbs and how they move around objects sometimes. A lot of times what we're going to catch on video is simply going to be dust, but then there are those orbs that seem to be intelligent. They duck and dodge things as they move about, and I have seen some of those in life. I've actually seen them come through a doorway and into an air vent, and it looked a lot like if you were to take a flashlight and shine it onto the wall at a very close range. It happened in a split second. It was pretty bright. And I've seen this happen more than once, where they've shot through a room, and we've actually gathered EVP at that time. So there is evidence to suggest that orbs are somehow connected with ghosts. Are they an apparition? Hard to say, but there is an affiliation there. So we can't say that all orbs are dust, and we can't say that they aren't. I think the large majority of ghosts that we capture, or orbs that we capture on video, are dust. We've done a lot of experiments into it, but there are some that are left to be questionable. One thing to look for, folks, that when you are looking for video, look to see if it maybe goes behind something or it moves in an intelligent way. If all the orbs are flying in the same direction, that's a pretty good indication it's dust. There's other things, sometimes they're kind of self-illuminating. There's a lot of different things to look at, so it can be very difficult to tell. But anyways, again, it all goes back to energy, and if it's If there is an energy form there, there is a way to detect it. We may not, at the present time, through science, have the ability to detect all of those energy fields. Just think about it. All the things in the last 100 years to 200 years that perhaps have come about that has made it easy for us, or should I say a bit more simple, for us to detect energy fields. Things like compasses, detecting the energy field of the Earth. And we know that when there's a lot of paranormal disturbance, it can also affect a compass. So, there are things out there that can detect these disturbances. And as time progresses, we will be able to monitor these things, whether they're in some form of light or EMF or some other field. So basically, if you want a scientific explanation of what a ghost is, just keep in mind energy cannot be created nor destroyed, and there has been a lot of research into the aura and what happens after we die. So that's just a little bit of information for you. Again, the Russians have done quite a bit extensively, and I just wanted to share that with you. And again, this is Pros Ron. Feel free to visit our website at prosinvestigations.com, and we will continue to make videos and help educate folks so that we are all on the same page from an educated perspective. And again, thank you very much.